Hey guys, just keep it simple, Matt. Figured I'd show this rifle to you. It's a Norinco SKS. Most of you can tell it's an SKS by the sheer look of the rifle. One thing that I will say is the weapon is safety checked pre-video because I only have one hand because I gotta hold the camera. And it takes AK mags, as you can see. That's definitely was a new one on me when my buddy pulled it out. I asked him, does it take AK mags? And he's not really a gun guy, so he goes, I'm not sure. And he handed me one of the mags, and I'm like, yeah, that's definitely an AK mag. One thing I do want to say is I'm not an expert on this weapon system. So I honestly am not going to call this video a review because, as I said, I'm not extremely familiar with it. I've only handled and shot a few. Actually, probably on hand, I'd probably only have shot in about 3. Another friend of mine had one, this one, and then a friend of my dad's. And so I'm not an expert. This is a Chinese model made by Norinco. I believe I said that. I'm not sure. Might as well say it again. It's I believe they're sporter model. It's got a 16-inch barrel. My friend has it on. He loaned it to me because he wanted me to see if I could figure out what it was having issues, and he said it was jamming up on him. So I was like, well, I'll see what I can do. I'm not an expert on this weapon, but I said I'll see what I can do and see if I can figure out what's going on with it. And what was happening was, this is a empty shell, as you can see. It's not a live round. What was happening was the round would come out of the mag, and it would get to here, and the bolt would strike the shell right here, and it would go up like this, and it'd bend the neck and the tip of the bullet as it would strike in there and lodge in there, and the bolt would be pressing right about here. And he showed me a few shells from a shoot we were at when it jammed up on him when he was on the line. And I told him, I'm like, well, I don't know, I'll see what I can do, because he was fed up with it. It had done that to him on, I'd say probably 3 previous occasions, and he was sick of it. This is actually, his dad bought it down in Arizona about 8-10 years ago. Left it in the box in their garage and never really took it out. Just kind of left it in the box, and it just sat there, and then he pulled it out and wanted to shoot it, and he took it out and kept jamming on him. He couldn't figure out why, so he said, here man, you see if you can fix it. So I took it home. I do what I do with every gun. I took it apart, and let me tell you, this gun was as dry as a bone. I mean, it was dry. And so I took it apart. I threw some CLP on it liberally. I tend to over oil or oil, a lot on weapons because I don't really live in a dusty climate. So that's not really a concern. So I threw a lot of CLP on the gas rod, and I threw it on the slides and the bolt and all that, and threw it together. Took it out to the range. Another friend of mine, and we fired. We fired half of that Chinese mag over here, a full German mag, and 5 rounds in a little 5-round mag. That's actually out of frame. I'm not going to go get it. As fast as we could pull the trigger, and we didn't have a jam. Now the next time I went out with this rifle was about 2 weeks ago. My nephew was home on leave from the Marine Corps, and he came home and he's like, "Hey man, you wanna go shoot some guns? Let's go to the range or something." I'm like, it's like, "Yeah man, let's go." I'm always down to go shooting. So we took it out and we filled the 2 30-rounders. We didn't bring the 5-rounder at that time. We just filled these 2 30-rounders. And we had 2 jams in the Chinese mag. The exact same thing. The bullet came up, and the bolt caught it right here, pushed it up, bent the tip of the round, jammed it into, kind of kind of like that in the bolt hold open. So I popped out the mag, pulled out the round, you know, went back to firing again, and then it happened again after about 4 rounds. It did it again in that Chinese mag. Well, then after we got through about 10 rounds, you know, well, not even, probably, yeah, about 10 rounds, the magazine ran perfect. And then we threw in the German mag, the East Block mag. I'm sorry if I'm getting it wrong. As I said, I'm not an expert, but somebody told me it was in East Block or East German mag. So anyways, we threw in the mag, or the mag that's in it, sorry, the mag that's in the weapon right now, and fired all 30 rounds, no problem. We were doing some failure drills, and shot it, and no problems there. One thing I think the problem is I think the magazine's bad. I think the spring might have went bad in that mag. Now I'm not sure how fast AK mags go bad. As I said, I'm not an expert on this weapon system. I don't know much about it as far as longevity of it and all that. I don't know what goes bad, but I think the magazine is going bad because I think the rounds are coming up too slow, and they'll get to right about there, and the bolt scrapes across the top and bends the tip into the, you know, kind of trying to jam it in the chamber, but it wasn't high enough for the bolt to catch the rim and shove it in. So I think it's the mag spring not coming up fast enough. If anybody is out there that knows this weapon system, information would be much appreciated. If you know anything more than I do, because as I said, my knowledge on these systems is limited, would be much appreciated. And you know, hopefully, it's one thing I love about YouTube is the comment section. You know, you can get a lot of knowledgeable guys who are on here who know the system, and I'm sure my friend would much appreciate it too if you absolutely knew what the problem is. I think it's the mag, but I might be wrong. So please feel free to comment, and I'd love to hear your points. One thing I will say, it was a fun rifle to shoot. I do really hate the stock on this rifle because with my face I don't seem to get a good cheek weld. Another thing, that the sights are a little off on it, but I told him he can take it to a gunsmith. I think they'll only charge him like $5 around here. They don't charge much, so they're pretty reasonable around here for sight adjustment and stuff. So, but that's about it. As I said, it's a nice rifle. It hasn't really been shot that much. Pretty much out of the box, and I'll give you guys a close up here, and I'll show you I'll just show you these mags up close. But here it is, a Norinco SKS. I believe it's a Sporter edition. And yeah, that's about it, guys. Figured here's the difference on the mags real quick before I cut out on you. Here's that German mag with the spine, or at least that's what the guy told me at the gun shop. We were talking to him about the jamming issue. And here's the Chinese mag. And honestly, as I said, I think it's the spring in this magazine that's causing it. But if you guys have any more insight, it'd be great. Thanks for watching, guys. I hope you enjoyed the video, and look for more to come. Thank you.